Hello, and I'm going to tell you this, and it's extremely important you listen to what I have to say. We want to let you know, I want to let you know, me, myself, and I, as in we, I want to let you know that it's important to understand that when you produce pictures, video, photographs, 100% across the board, everybody's insecure. They're insecure because they have nothing to say and nothing to offer, and then they just cover it up with nonsense of like fancy outfits and money to take away from how insecure they are, to mask it with false reality of delusion, where then everybody jumps on board and just agrees to the behavior, to where you see that as an opportunity to grow a business. However, you're failing miserably at life. That's the Kamala campaign. Lies, 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 and then everybody's involved in the lie so that they try to make it true. But we're all sitting back looking at it going, you can't be serious that you little twat kids are falling for this. You don't really understand how politics works. You just wanted your voices heard because you were herded like sheep. So you wanted the early, easy life, so the late in life is going to be a lot more challenging. See, you all are living in the roaring 20s of no responsibility for the things that you've done to other people, but people are 100% aware of what you've done. And that's why they're all scrounging for these votes. So it looks like there's a lot of people who are voting for the bad side, but that's the gimmick because the government controls everything. That's not free speech to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. You're not going to tell me how I'm going to think, feel, or want in my life. You're not going to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. Not only are you not going to tell me you're not going to tell me how to feel, you're not going to tell me what to do. See, you could do all that nonsense crap that Kamala and all her shitheads are doing, but you're not going to break the law in the process, which is what's going on at this time. See, the way America works, which most of you don't understand, is we don't like each other 100%. Everybody doesn't have to like everybody. You just have to follow the laws. That's why we have laws. And there's low-life people who are out there yelling out repro freedom because they're the ones who don't want law and order. The woman who yells out repro freedom is the woman who's insecure, is the woman who wants to be part of the cool club, is the woman who doesn't give a crap about human. See, a normal person would raise their child to be intelligent, to know that they're not going to spread their legs for just anybody, and they're going to be responsible so they don't get HIV. And then in instances and cases specific to, we would use the doctor's discretion. But because Kamala Harris made such a big nonsense, you want to understand that because she made such a big deal about this whole situation, that's why we're dealing with so-called women worried about their repro freedom. Because a good doctor would do what a good doctor needs to do to save a woman's life and to have compassion and empathy for a patient. But because Kamala Harris doesn't have any clue about how medicine works, she literally is, it's like clearly mentally ill. And then for her to release her medical records and say, see, I've got my medical records right here. Ew. Cognitive medical records, all doctored. And then let's take out this, and this, because it's HIPAA for you to be able to share what you want to share, so that it looks like you have a clean bill of health, but clearly you've got some mental illness going on. So it's really clear in the fact of the content that you produce, you're living a lie. You're living off of nonsense. You're teaching absolutely nothing. And then you're all sitting around going kumbaya while your whole life is falling apart and you're just standing there looking at the building collapse. That's the reality of what we're dealing with. The reality of what we're dealing with is Pookie is miserable as hell. Her friends can't stand her. Her husband can't stand her. She doesn't want to be pregnant. She's miserable in every video that she produces. And then all she does is expect that dude to pay for everything and to praise her. So what once used to be a couple who were kind of unusual and unique and probably actually at some point married each other because they actually liked each other, now cannot stand each other because they were too busy chasing fame. And now he looks at her like she's a scumbag. And she doesn't see it because she's too busy looking at her numbers and trying to fit in with the cool club. Meanwhile, you're awkwardly, clearly selling out children by taking them to your doctor's appointments where the children are like really confused as to what's going on. And then you're taking any special moment that would be private to then share like later on or the next visit. And then you're blasting it across the entire internet and having no respect for humanity. So we've got some women out there yelling out, "I'm pregnant." Then you got another woman out there yelling, "Repro freedom." They're all showing up at the gyno office going, "What the hell is going on?" And then these same women are trying to sit on pedestals and berate us as people. So the people on The View and the people on media and the people who are news reporters are literally in your face, destroying your lives through their abusive behavior like Collins. Like all of them, every last one of them, Anderson Cooper included, David Muir, all of you. See, what you all are missing is that's not normal between even any opponent in any form of politics. None of the things that they're producing is anything more than a self-righteous personal gain for them to succeed in their careers while selling out the country right in front of your faces. Literally, each and every one of these people are willing to do whatever it takes to get you to follow and fandomhood them so that you'll buy into their intellectual property, which is not intellectual. That's the gimmick. Where they produce the weirdest shit in history. And it's not about really, I could probably, although I wouldn't want to, we could even do a practice run later on in life. I would say, I don't know, we'll say whatever. But I could even do exactly what they were doing. And because I'm so grounded and normal and have brains and intelligent, it would actually look entertaining and you'd be interested. And you would feel safe and you would have judgment and you could think anything you wanted to think. And you would probably, I don't know what you probably would do. You do you. You'd probably even get some interesting fact off of it. How silly this stupid shit is. However, instead, what you got, because they're so mentally ill, they're so lacking of any form of education, they have no intuition inside them at all. They're literally living off of gimmicks and a Ponzi scheme of friend for friend, favor for favor, while they literally copy. Let's be clear. This is how they're speaking. They're now copying the words of Kamala Harris to disrespect us. To disrespect you, whether you're on their side or you're not, and either you are or not, and if you are, you're literally getting your asses handed to you on a regular basis, and then you run off to blame your husband and your children as if it's their fault, when it's Kamala Harris and the whole Democrat Party's fault. We need law and order, and then you can do whatever you want as long as you're respecting other people, you're not controlling them, and you're doing you in a way that is law-abiding citizens. However, these people are in a free-for-all because Kamala Harris says anything goes, and that's how sick she is, while reminding you that she's Indian. She literally berated a set of black men somewhere in some place. I don't even know where that shit was.